The battery and the mitochondria is the kind of the energy source of the body. It creates the
I was just going to
ATP.
have you define what that was.
So it's in the cell. We have hundreds of thousands of them in every cell. We have 50 trillion cells in our body. So we have trillions and trillions of these mitochondria throughout our body, and they are assessing the environment from what we eat, what air we're breathing, the water we're drinking, also the outside environment. They're evaluating that every like literally nanoseconds. And when they evaluate it, they're trying to determine what does our body need to be balanced, to perform all the biochemistry that we need to function. So they're like little antennas, always reacting, always responding, and then signaling back to our body what it needs to function. But they get interrupted. They get interrupted by the signaling can be by the noise, basically. And that noise can come from electrical systems. It can come from ultra processed foods. It could come from stress, really any stressful environment, say at work or at home or school, can create things that can cause dysfunction in that area. But for a lot of us, our body adapts. We go into fight or flight mode, maybe that parasympathetic, we go into sympathetic, and then we leave an environment, we leave a situation, and our body goes back into rest and restore. And the mitochondria then kind of repair themselves and repair the body, help the body repair. But when we have a chronic disease or an impaired immune system, we don't get that break. The mitochondria is always overworking and always trying to get us back into homeostasis or into balance. Well, you could, food and exercise and good water are ways that we typically handle that. But when somebody has an immune dysfunction, like Jane had, there's something more we need to do. And that means getting into the natural environment, more sunlight, getting out in nature. And yet what we learned is that our natural environment just isn't the same as it was 100, 150 years ago. Things have changed.
Out in the country? Because you moved, I don't know how far into the country you did.
I mean, we were about an hour outside of Seattle. So you're still on the west side of Seattle, of Washington State. Mm-hmm. But we had 10 acres and it was old dairy land. So there was a lot of farm and a lot of country around us. But you've got cell towers nearby. We had power lines running alongside
the 5G. Great. I'm getting microwaved.
Yeah. And they're coming more and more. In fact, from 2020 to 2025, they installed about 750,000 new 5G cell towers around in certain areas in the country. I know in Spokane, where I live, there's a lot of them. Different cities have more than others. They become smart cities. And so we create this mesh that we live in, and our body has to deal with that. And we realize not every frequency is created equal. Our body is just like those, our body's that antenna. It wants to take the energy from the photons of light, from natural light, take that energy and use it. It uses it as information and nutrition for the body. But when it's mixed with the electromagnetic frequencies from artificial sources like cell towers, cell phones, Wi-Fi routers, wireless devices, and even electrical wiring, that the electrical and magnetic fields, as well as the wireless fields like the radio frequencies or microwave frequencies, these artificial sources create chaos on the cell. And when they create chaos, that leads to the cell membrane getting stressed and then getting activated. These calcium or these voltage gated ion channels, or, like a calcium or potassium, start to get activated. Way too many calcium ions flooding the cell. That leads to a reactive oxygen species, which leads to stress. And that stress response puts us in sympathetic, which is that masculine form. But there's no break. There's no downtime. So 24/7, we're inundated with this chaos at the cellular level. And a lot of us, you can't see it. You can't taste it. Some people can hear it. And most of us feel it.